Mr. Hogle had to go into town for supplies, so I figured I'd catch a ride with him, save Holden the trip.
That was very thoughtful of you. Oh, and I'm so glad to see you. I missed you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be home.
I don't know. You don't look as rested as I thought you would. Did you and Dargus Hogle sit up all night and talk about boys?
Well, not exactly. I saw Holden's office. Well, Mr. Channing's office, but I think that's just great.
How did you know that Holden was working for Mr. Channing? That just happened, and you don't have a phone up at the Hogle camp.
Well, I was doing some window shopping in town, one of those fancy stores, and I ran into Mrs. Walsh, and she told me.
Hello, Sheldon. What do you know? What do you say?
Listen, you're not going to be in a great mood when you find out what this little sojourn in Oakdale is really going to cost you.
Not a pittance, my friend. Not after what I stumbled onto. A pot of pure gold, rainbow attached. I've got Lucinda Walsh right where I want her. Not many men can say that and live to tell the tale.
It's depressing, the discrepancies between these ledgers and the ones you doctored.
Holden Snyder will take the blame for that.
Oh, really? I suppose you'd like him to make up the losses as well.
Why not?
$3 million?
Guess he'll have to go to jail. And of course, the Snyders will lose the farm. How sad. I'd love to see the expression on Iva's face when she finds out just how bad an enemy she's made.
Dad, I really don't care for any of this.
Sheldon, you're beginning to sound like an old woman. And I'm in the mood for a young woman. Young and delectable.
Keep your mind on business.
Actually, this is business. You want me to set you up with her?
One of your paramours?
Not anymore. I'm tired of her favors.
Oh, I'd really like to, but my wife would kill me.
How dull. Oh, maybe she saved me the trouble.
Hi, Mr. Channing.
Ah, the eager young executive on the rise. Come in, Holden. Come in.
Thanks. How you doing, Mr. Harper?
How are you?
Good.
Well, I said you're doing your homework, familiarizing yourself with our books.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to talk to you about. I found a few entries that don't seem to jibe with the records.
How's Tom holding up?
Oh, he's doing pretty good. They had a very special relationship, Tom and Chris. You know, when Lisa and Bob were splitting up, Tom was just a little boy, and Tom went to Chris and said that he wanted to become a lawyer so that he could put a stop to all divorces. Chris is very proud of Tom.
You know, I'm glad you two got back together before,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think I loved him just about as much as Tom did.
Well, you never forget the people that you love. They're always with you no matter what.
You're right. You are so right.
Hey, did you tell the family about the baby yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just don't want everyone to think that that's why we got back together again. Because it wasn't.
Well, it's not a bad reason. I mean, if there's a whole lot of love to go along with it.
There's a whole lot of love.
Excuse me, we're not late, are we?
No. Hello, Tonio.
Hello. Well, I better get inside. Let's see. Excuse me.
Barbara, accept my sympathies.
Thank you. Earl, bless his heart, he drove me out to the airport to meet Grant. I'm so glad that you could come.
I had to, Margaret. Where's Tom?
He's inside. He's going to come and get me before the service starts.
You look a little pale, Margaret. You all right?
Oh, I'm fine, Earl. Thank you.
Grant. Oh, thank you for coming. I wouldn't have missed being here for anything. You know, Chris was a partner and a dear friend. One of the finest men I ever knew.
Me too.
How you doing, darling?
Oh, I'm hanging in, Mom. How are you, all right?
Okay. Well, shall we go inside?
You know, you're a pretty fine man yourself, Thomas Christopher Hughes. No wonder Chris was so proud of you.
You know, I just wish we told him about the baby.
Actually, Holden, I'm not surprised. You see, that temporary accountant we hired was just no damn good.
Well, was he just careless, or was he trying to skim some of the profits?
Well, we're checking into that. That's why I brought Sheldon out from the coast. But you don't need to worry. I mean, you're not responsible for any errors in the books prior to your going to work for the firm. Right, Sheldon?
Right. Well, listen, just initial any of your entries, and that way if there's an audit or an investigation, you'll be in the clear.
I guess.
Yeah, sure. And then Sheldon will straighten out this whole mess when he closes out the books at the end of the corporate year in September.
I hate to wait so long. I know you don't want Ivor to look at these, but my brother Seth kept books for this big stockyard operation in Chicago. Maybe he could take a look at it.
Well, I think you'd just better let Sheldon handle this. In case there are any questions, I wouldn't want the legal eagles to think that you and your brother conspired to doctor the books.
Okay, Mr. Channing, you're the boss. Sorry to take up so much of your time.
No problem.
By the way, this is a great place you got here.
Say, you wouldn't by any chance be looking for digs in town.
As a matter of fact, I am.
Hold it. Let's kill two birds with one stone. This place is paid for until mid-August. No sense having it go to waste.
You mean it?
Sure. Besides, this is a great place to entertain the ladies. Hey, maybe I can help you out in that department. Well, there's Laurie at the office, and then there's Denise. Sexy-looking model.
Thanks, Mr. Channing, but...
Wait till you see how easy it is. All you have to do is pick up the phone, call room service, get booze, food. Don't worry about the cost. I'll just write it off on the company.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
Well, don't think too long, because I'm probably leaving tomorrow night.
All right. I'll talk to you. I'll let you know. All right?
Okay, bye-bye. I think the kid's in shock.
What makes me think you were not just being generous?
Oh, how did you guess? Anybody who would order room service and charge it to the company without an okay is probably somebody who would dip into the till and rig the books.
Did you ever think you might just be underestimating that kid?
Are you kidding? He's a hayseed, wet behind the ears.
All the same, I'm going to take these to my office and lock them up.
Tad Channing here.
I need to see you as soon as possible.
Well, the feeling is mutual. Will you be at your office in an hour?
You got it.
I'll be there. Denise, your timing is perfect as usual. Well, now, Miss Snyder, I didn't expect you to take me up on my invitation quite so soon.
Well, I'm sorry. It's kind of an emergency. Your secretary told me Holden was here.
An emergency? I see. We'll come right in.
Ambrose, how long does it take to find one miserable father?
Well, I've turned the case over to a very discreet detective agency in Kansas.
I don't need discretion at this point. I need speed. I've got to have something immediately to hold over Ivor Snyder's head so she cannot threaten me anymore.
Lucinda, I still say you should leave well enough alone.
Oh, my old darling, you have no idea what I'm going through, have you? I mean, I have to just sit around here and watch my child shower love and devotion all over that Tobacco Road family. And that's not the worst of it. Lily has confessed to finding Holden Snyder hot.
Well, that seems normal enough.
Ambrose, he's her uncle. I nearly had a coronary when I found that out. I rushed right down to the farm. I mean, what a situation. He tells me that he is not interested in her.
Well, then what's to worry about?
Ivor Snyder's here. Send her in.
Thank you. Mrs. Walsh, your secretary called and said it was urgent.
Yes.
But please be brief, because I have to get back to the office.
Yes, I'll be very brief. Next month is Lily's 17th birthday.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Of course you are. I want to do something appropriate. I want to do something special and in my house, if possible.
Shouldn't you be having this conversation with Lily instead of me?
If I talked to Lily at this juncture, she would probably insist on a barn dance.
Well, if that's what she wants.
No, it's not what I want. It's not what I want for her. Miss Snyder, it's very difficult being a mother. Now, Ambrose went out to her 17th birthday present, a trust fund from her father. Her dead father, and she wasn't very interested.
Maybe she thought it was a ploy to try to win her back, and if you would have gone out in person, maybe it would have worked better.
Oh, you mean I should go out to the farm? I should go where I feel like a chicken in the wrong coop.
You're welcome to our coop anytime, Mrs. Walsh.
Of course I'm welcome. I'm welcome to watch what you've done with my kid. I watch her being treated like a farmhand who's hoeing the corn all the time. Watch her as you brainwash her. The whole family are the most miserable people.
How dare you say the things to Iva like that?
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Jif Peanut Butter. For a fresh peanutty taste, choosy mothers choose Jif. And by rich, delicious, mountain-grown Folgers crystals. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment.